not so fresh, okay? But this is excellent for now.
It's very special.
Yeah, this is a blend of these our 3 grapes, okay?
3 grapes, Macabeo,
Xarel·lo
Xarel·lo
y Parellada.
¿Y cuál? Parellada?
Parellada.
Hold this camera better.
Yes.
Here's the scene here. We're stopped on the side of the road to have some wine. And I'm gonna put the camera down. Just some
This is a chair for you. While
thank
I'm
you.
explaining something.
You I don't drink a lot of wine. You don't want to know what I think about this. It tastes like fresh in there.
Yeah.
It's very bubbly, and I don't drink. It's just because that's what I identify with when I.
Don't you want this?
I will drink it. Yes.
Okay.
It's not bad. I didn't mean it's bad.
Very good.
It reminds me of fresh in the.
No, prefiere otra cosa, ¿no? Dice.
No, le gusta, le gusta.
Vale. What I'm going to explain you is.
It was moving in.
Yeah.
See.
If you want to take a picture. Is the cycle of the vine. The vine have a cycle that is the same during 1 year. The beginning of this cycle is winter, where the vines have no leaves. This is a dormancy period for the vines. It means that all the sap is stored in the roots, waiting for spring. This is the best moment for pruning. Pruning has two aims.
Pruning quiere decir
La poda.
la poda.
The trees are the same way
Pruning
too.
is cut the branches. Okay?
Because the branches are dead mostly.
No, because the pruning has two aims. The first is to balance the quality and quantity of grapes. Because if you have a lot of grapes in a vine, you lose quality. So you have to balance this. You need grapes, but not so much.
They come out
just
sweeter,
enough.
more sweet.
No, it becomes with less flavor. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Flavor. Okay.
It's
Yeah, I understand.
To explain
Entiendo.
it's
Entiendo.
all the nutrients that the vine have, they have to repartir to share with a lot of branches.
The quantity and quality
So,
on this thing.
Then,
for
and
flavor.
the second is to make the harvest easier. Harvest is la vendimia, okay? Because the tendrils of a vine could have 30 meters length, 30 meters, o sea, 30 meters. No? So we need to cut. And we cut in two ways. Here you can see one of these, okay? This is what I say, the T method. I say this is
¿Cómo en español?
yo le llamo el método de la T. ¿Vale? Why? Because we cut all the branches except two. Can you see this dead?
Okay.
You can see that it's like we cut it in this position and we tie the branches with a cable. Okay, this is the new method, and you can see it in Argentina, in Italy, in France, everywhere. Why? Because in this case, when we have the vines like this, the grapes grow on one side and on the other, and this is perfect to pick up the grapes by machine. The machine pass through the line, shake the vine, and they pick up only the grape.
But I seen the
not
best
all the punch.
is a hand pick. Here is all with machine.
What?
Here is all with machine or hand pick.
Machine.
Machine. This is machine.
All machine.
It shakes it, and there's they use like a blanket on the ground.
No, this is for the olive trees. Here there's a machine that pass through the line,
like,
and they shake
like
the
brushing,
vine,
you know, like
and they pick up the grapes in a big tanks that they have in
on the side.
On the side.
Okay, they drop in the tank.
And they drop it in a tractor.
Yeah.
Okay? And then the tractor goes to the winery. Okay? Then we have the second method that we can see. This, what I will show you later. That this is the old method. This old method is, usually you can see it in the old vines. That means the method that my grandfather used for
picking.
They did it, they cut the branches like, they leave only 4 branches more or less, and they cut it in this position, no? In this position. But what happened, that that you could have the grapes everywhere, inside, everywhere. So it's impossible to pick up the grapes by machine. Then you need to do it by hand. Cut it one by one. Okay. For example, Nadal Nadal winery is one. It's one and the unique winery that have the vines in this, the vineyards in this way, and they cut it by hand because they say that they want to control everything. Because sometimes you have some bunch of grapes that are ripen and others that less, that are green. So they only cut the grapes that they want. Okay. So when the spring comes, the soil gets hotter. All the sap comes from the roots to the trunk and to the branches, and then appears the leaves. The leaves and like a little flower, like that it is where the punch of the.
In English, there's a little. I think even they call it a bud of leaves.
Yeah.
In the spring.
During at the end of spring, more or less, we have the second pruning. This is what we call the green pruning, because there are a lot of grapes and bunches of grapes, and there are a lot of leaves that are surrounding this grape, and we need to clean. Okay, again, because the first pruning is just to cut the branches. Now we need to cut the leaves and not to clean the vine and all what is around the grape.
Yeah, okay? It's better for the grape.
It's better for the grape.
It helps with the fungus, maybe.
Well, it's correct. It's because we need sun, and we need the light, and we need the wind, because this is a very good area for different reasons. First, for the quality of soil, for the weather that we have, it's very warm. We have the mountains, at the top of this wine region, that avoid and protect us from the cold wind. Okay, you could, bueno, puedes ponerte más si quieres. From the cold wind, okay, and we have the breeze of the sea. The sea is half an hour driving from here, so can you notice that it's always this little breeze? Sometimes at the afternoon the wind is más fuerte, no? But this wind dry the grape, because if we can do this, the humidity is terrible for grapes.
And
cause
humidity,
fungus.
yeah, okay.
Cause fungus.
So,
a lot of vineyards only produce in an ecologic method. That means that the only product that they can use is a cooper for the soil to avoid illnesses. Okay, this is not a natural wine. So this don't meet natural wines. It means in their process they don't use any other product except cooper from the soil. They don't use chemicals from plaques, and we use other methods for plaques. What we call in a literal translation, we use a method that we call sexual confusion.
Sexual?
Sexual confusion.
For bugs, you say, right? For bugs?
Yes, for a little fly that it's very dangerous for insects, flies. That it is a little box that we tie in a branch, and inside this little box there's a pheromone. The pheromone is that the smell that the female spread, and the male smell these pheromones and go where the female is, and then reproduce.
And they're tied to the vines?
They tie to the vines in the different vines, not in all, not in
enough,
each one,
enough
okay?
to be
in
effective.
some of them. And then what happens? The male come here, but there are no females there, so they can reproduce. They cannot reproduce. That is we use always methods to prevent. Okay. So in the old days.
¿Tienes un quesito o algo?
Sí, ahora te doy. In the old days, can I put the camera here? Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. It's recording.
Es más, si tienes un asientito también.
Sí, claro. Of course. Pero como. Yes. Ahora nos vamos a dormir, pero ahora quería explicaros un poco. Ahora te voy a dar un poquito más.
No, yo porque él también no comió nada, pobre.
Sí, tenemos comida de sobras. ¿Os gusta esto? Do you want something of this?
You have some cheese, maybe?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
I have one too.
Why
I
not?
guess might as well get comfortable. This is the place you want to stop, right? This is where you're talking about you wanted to stop and drink wine. So, just
Muy bueno, ¿eh?
The cheese here.
I'll turn it off.
I need a fork.
Oye, ¿qué es? ¿Hacer una pausa en otro lugar para comer?